Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, today's going to be a JH, essentially a JH Mythbuster segment. Guys, I want to talk to you about where the real speed comes from in a golf swing. And we did this when I used to teach the Mo Norman process back in the, from about 92 up to, 2000-ish. And because with the Mo Norman system, we wanted to be facing the ball and basically not moving anything, just firing the arms past the ball or at the ball. So there's no rotation. I mean, the whole premise of the Mo Norman golf swing back in those days was to not rotate the body, was to face the ball. Now what I worked out to show that you didn't really need to rotate your body to create any speed in the golf swing was this demonstration. And I said to people, if you have if you had 100 miles an hour in a golf swing, and I haven't got a driver here, but I've got a 6-iron, if you had 100 miles an hour club head speed, where does the speed come from? Well, we worked out, and I deduced that about 75 miles an hour, and even up to 80 miles an hour, comes from this. Comes from the unfolding of the trail arm, forearm, that hinge there, down around the right wrist hinge. Like this. And I used to do this, guys. I used to grab the club in the left hand, the lead hand, just put 2 fingers on it, stand still, just take the club up and fire it. Look at the speed there. A lot of speed there. A lot of dust there. Now there's no body rotation in that. All that is folding the trail arm and firing and straightening the trail arm down away from a fixed fulcrum. This is the fastest component in the body. Well, that's the fastest component in the body, and that's the second fastest. That's only a one-way hinge. That's a double hinge, the only high-speed hinge in the body. But there, tremendous speed. But we don't use it as such. We're taught in the golf swing to get down here, hold all that back, and rotate the body through. Well, guys, the arms are not going to move very fast if you do that. Okay, you're going to get some unloading of the wrist hinge down there, but you're not going to get maximum utilization of the trail arm if you do that. And what I'm suggesting, that in any golf swing, and particularly in channel lock, if you can just fold that trail arm here, stay configured and positioned in this trail axis here, and fire that down there and keep this fulcrum of this trail shoulder in place and fire that trail arm away from it with stabilization and energy going into the ground, that's the maximum way you can utilize the efficiency and maximum potential and stored energy of that trail arm. Now, I haven't hit a shot, but watch this. All I'm going to do is essentially stay still, stay on that trail leg there, and just fire the trail arm. Look at that, guys, look. First shot of the day. Both feet are down. I'm feeling like I want to stay back here. This is the fulcrum. I want to fire that trail arm away from that fulcrum, that fixed pivot point. Why do I want to do that? Because if I bring this componentry forward, this trail side, the shoulder, and turn the hips and the torso, I can't fire that to maximum potential because I've got nothing to fire away from. That martial arts demonstration I showed you a few videos back, where in a vertical down movement here, if we fire that there, boom, that's much faster than firing the shoulder. Just boom, because this has got something to fire away from, and that can really straighten. Now that shot there, guys, it's very windy here today, and you can see Maybelle the cow out there. This is a cow paddock. Very busy on the range today, so I've come over here. But that's Maybelle. So watch this, guys. I'm basically going to stand still, stay on the right trail axis, and just fire that trail arm. This lead arm is just a radius lock. All I'm doing is hanging on to create the radius lock. I'm storing with the trail arm in the backswing here, and I'm firing that trail arm, and I'm staying back and keeping that trail fulcrum in position. Look at this, guys, look. Now guys, the wind is so, almost blew my hat off. But that is tremendous release of energy. Goes against all the tradition of teaching. Who would ever teach you to stay back here? Hit a golf ball. No one. Except JH. But you can see that, you know, I've got very little lower body action there, guys. Just standing still. Well, that's as good as old JH can hit. Look at this. I'm rooted to the ground with that trail axis. Mo Norman was here. He was rooted to the ground, but he moved laterally. He went there. He didn't turn his body. And that's why he had as much efficiency in his impact and application of club to the ball with a fairly low club head speed, because he was so efficient. We saw Mo here. I've never got to Mo's position, but Mo was always, you know, that straightened trail arm past the ball, head outside the trail knee. He was enormously efficient, and nobody really picked up on that. Okay, they all say face the ball, don't rotate in the natural golf schools, but they want you to lateralise. I don't want to lateralise. So even with a conventional golf swing, guys, if you set up conventionally, conventional ball position here, and just stay on this trail side, now it's harder to stay on that trail side with the forward ball position. See how my foot got up a little bit? It's harder to do that, and that's why I think it's important to have the ball back here, because it maximises our ability to go vertically into the ground with all our energy. Now that's hard for me to keep that trail foot down with that forward ball position. I did that, but there's a lot of work in that. But you can still do that. Very windy here, guys. Whew. Very windy, as it always is here. So conventional again here, just going to follow that trail arm, just keep the feet down there. That's very Mo Norman-ish, but I have more emphasis in staying back on that trail axis. But with channel lock, what we want to do with channel lock generally is stay on that trail axis and fire the club out away from this resisting closed trail shoulder. Now that's the important thing, that we have to have that trail shoulder staying back and maintaining its station, so we can then fire this arm away from it, guys. Okay. Look at that, guys. Look, both feet down, out there. And they're just, look, they're so windy. It's probably 50 k's. Teaches you to be a good wind player, guys. Guys, I'm going to go to to 5-iron. That 6-iron into the wind is going about 100 and it's so strong that 6-iron is going about 100 and lucky to be going 140 yards. I mean, it's really strong. Same target. It's going to fold it, stay back, close shoulder. Oh, guys, I can't hit it better than that. Look where I am here. And look at this. Club right in the centre of the body. Look at that. That's because I'm really utilising the straightening of that trail arm. Now, for people that are having trouble pulling the ball or hitting in different shots, work on this for a bit, because I promise you this is one of the atomic particles of channel lock. If you can get that trail foot to stay down here and just straighten that trail arm. Look at this, guys, I'm back here and look at this club here, look, still in front of the body. Now it goes against all convention, but of course channel lock goes against all convention as well. We're not worried about convention, we're worried about improving our golf scores. All right, now I'll do it as I would with a complete applicational process. Here. Now I'm forcing the weight down on that trail side. I'm really going to push it down into my heel. Look at that, guys, look, and this is still there. The wind brings you back to earth. That's a flush 5-iron. Which I can normally carry about 180. That's gone about lucky to have gone 150. But it's good, perfectly straight. So here we are, guys. Just going to fold that up and stay back. Doesn't get any better than that. And look at this. That's excellent. Absolutely excellent. Now it's hard to do because we're conditioned traditionally to not do that. We're traditionally to do that. Now I can feel my arm going very slow when I do that. Very slow. All right, now I'll really just fold it up. Guys, I've got to tell you, that's the best 5-iron I've hit since I've been on channel lock. That's into 40k wind. And that's just absolute hammer time. It's just a great way to maximise the extension of the trail arm. All right, now I hit this very hard, but I won't rotate harder and I won't lateralise harder. What I will do is I will fire my energy harder down there and out to the golf ball, and I will do it with that away from this. But I won't try and rotate faster, and I won't try and go towards the target any faster. This is so windy. There it is, guys. And look at this, look. Both feet down like I've got a nail through both heels. And they say you have to drive the trail foot and you have to rotate. You don't. Well, Mo Norman proved that. And guys, they're just centre cut. And I've just come on here today, dead cold. Look at this, guys, it's still here, look. Now I don't do it as much as I should, because I actually have a fairly injured lead shoulder, which I've had for years through a couple of crashes in some race cars and such, and motorcycle racing crashes. So my lead shoulder is very hard for me to fire that lead arm out here and get a really straight lead arm, but I try and straighten it by straightening my trail arm. Okay, watch this. So this is totally unloaded, unweighted. Well guys, there's the sign out there that I aimed at. This just landed right at the base of the post, right into that wind. Just didn't move. What could be simpler than that? Than standing still and just straightening your trail arm away from a resisting trail shoulder. This is completely unweighted. I'm sitting into my rump here, into my groin here, into my knee. Look at this, guys, look. That's going to hit the sign. Well, it didn't, it just moved a little bit to the left. But they're fantastic shots. And the more I can resist, the harder I hit it. Hit one this way, to give you a look at what it looks like going this way. Look at this, guys, look. That foot's down, that knee's there, this one's still bent here. That's gone miles. Absolute miles. So that's what it looks like. All right. Actual swing. Can't reach the car out there. The car's 180 from here, which I would normally get with the 5-iron. Can't get there into the wind, but I'll go right at it. Just going to sit into that trail side, push the trail heel in. Wow! There was no wind there to go right through the windscreen of the car. They're just perfect golf shots. They're perfect. So if you're having trouble and hitting some indifferent shots, just try working on this. Just get a wedge or a 9-iron or something. Hit a couple of just a couple of little half shots. Get here. Take it up. Just hit a couple of those. See, that's a half shot with a wedge. That's gone. Even in that wind, that's carried about, look at a little half shot, it's 105 into the wind. There's a marker out there at exactly 105 from here. It landed right on top of it. And that is just, but because the transfer of energy is so great, we get that type of impact and efficiency of hit. Yeah, so just get a wedge, sit on that trail leg there. All we're going to do is just take this trail arm up and keep pushing into that trail heel and just straighten the trail arm. It's right beside the other golf ball. That's right beside those other two balls. See, they're all 104, 105. Just straight into that wind like that with a little half swing. So get the feel of it. Actually, when I'm hitting pitch shots, guys, there's a flag out here on the practice green at from here about 110 into that wind. When I'm hitting that type of shot, this is what I do. Okay guys, I'll call that shot. Come on baby, come on. It's about 10 feet. Okay guys, that's just a little bit of stuff. I'll just break for a minute. Again, I forgot to change the batteries in my microphone today. But we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about how to maximise this trail arm.